Brandon, Washington. New details about the Canon R6 Mark III dropped. And this sounds like, in a very genuine way, okay? We got the Lumix S1 II. We got the Nikon Z6 III. Mm-hmm. Canon said, hold my Coke, my boy. Hold it for me. Because we about to show you something. All right, so guys, I gotta be 100% honest with you. Canon rumors and everybody across the internet is talking about an upgraded sensor going into the Canon R6 Mark III. And I gotta be honest with you, this feels like Canon crack. It feels like Canon crack.
I don't know if I believe it.
Because when I'm being honest with you, when we were talking about the flagship cameras last summer, we were throwing out specs like 95 megapixels, throwing out specs like freaking quad pixel autofocus and all these things, all these wild things. So I'm gonna tell you why I am hopeful for that the R6 Mark III is what they say it is, but where I kind of feel like, I don't know.
Well, what are they saying?
Okay, so they haven't necessarily landed, but they are talking about a higher resolution deal for the sensor. So they're talking about a 30.
I think it was a 32.
A 32 megapixel sensor, and here's the reason why they're saying this, is because for two reasons. For C-Log 2 to be on the R6 Mark II, there's a certain amount of dynamic range that's needed for C-Log 2, where they won't even put it on the camera. Now, currently, as is, C-Log 2 is only available on the R5 Mark II and on the R1 and C70, and that's where it's on C80. But the R6 doesn't even have enough dynamic range, the Mark II, currently as is, to do C-Log 2. So they're talking about an upgraded sensor for that, and with the ability to go up to 6K.
So the R6 Mark II, the R6 Mark III, originally the rumor was set that it was basically going to get the R3 sensor. So literally the sensor in this, what was this, a $6,000 camera when it came out?
Yeah.
They were basically going to take the sensor out of this and throw it in the R6 Mark II. And originally I was not like ecstatic about that, because then my R3 would be worth like basically $1,500. But it was like, that makes sense for, a camera that should price in around $2,000 to $2,200, maybe $2,500 max, right? If they increase the resolution, it being able to shoot 6K, it was pretty much something I thought was already gonna come, because the R3 can currently shoot in 6K. But if they're doing this in order to increase the dynamic range and to be able to get you to a point where you can use C-Log 2, I don't know if just increasing the resolution is what is necessary. Because I don't understand how making it a higher megapixel at that point is going to help them.
No, they're just saying a new sensor, a new, better sensor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because they're talking about the readout speeds being somewhere in between the R1 and the R5. Now the R1, which this is where this is this Canon crack. When you rumor readout speeds between, like, obviously the R1 isn't global,
right?
But it is fast.
It's very close.
It is wicked fast. Yeah. And the R5 is no slouch.
No.
But when you say the R6, which is gonna be
$2,500,
$1,000 to $2,000 cheaper than the R5, and it's gonna have a faster readout speed than it's gonna be between the R1 and the R5. I don't know. It feels like Canon crack. But
that doesn't.
I am here for it.
Canon can't. I know Canon. I'll give Canon their credit. They have stopped so much with the cripple hammer. It's gotten better. It's not fully solved, but the Canon cripple hammer has gotten better. I just cannot see them putting a better spec camera in the R6 than in their R5 Mark II.
And considering when they've said that the R3 isn't dead, the R3 would be 100% dead. Yeah. It would be dead.
Unless they put like a global shutter in it.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, for sure. Don't get me wrong. The R3, phenomenal camera. It bigger battery, like larger buffer, like all of these things, all great things.
Yeah.
But don't put a higher megapixel sensor with a faster readout speed.
Bro, my camera's worth $1.
Ain't nobody buying no R3.
Yeah, no, that would be
unless they do something crazy.
That would be the immediate wrap of the R3. You got to make the R6 Mark III better than the current R3.
That's where you on drugs.
Well, like something's gonna have to give. Like they're gonna do it, but the camera's gonna overheat in like 5 minutes. So,
thank you, Mark.
All that red out there in Cali.
So, I will say, I'm here for it. My feeling level is low on if Canon's gonna do that.
Yeah.
But my optimism is high.
JP,
I'm really high.
JP says, start selling, Brandon. Bro, y'all want to buy some IRIX lenses? I'm starting with lenses. Let's just get some lenses out of there.
Oh, go to Israel?
Yeah.
Bro, let me say this with the same chest that I had for the FX2. R5 Mark II all day. Why would I want?
No. Say the other part.
Why would I?
Say the other part.
Put the R6 next to the R5 Mark II.
See?
We ain't putting it in the trash.
Yeah, see?
No, bro.
Yeah, he says he don't have Sony hate.
No.
Say it with your chest, like
no.
Bring that same energy.
Here's the deal.
Bring the energy.
Here's the deal. What you guys need to know, what you need to understand, I got a lot of explaining to do.
Oh my God.
Brandon is a Canon hater and a Canon lover. He's like an agnostic person, right?
I'm in an abusive relationship, guys.
If you were to ask Brandon his feelings on the R6, Brandon does not have high feelings on the R6. I love my R6. It's near and dear to my heart. I love it as a camera. We're using it right now. It's legit. We got Canons all over this table. We are Canon shooters, baby.
Canon has my money. I can't lie. They got my money.
To be fair, bro, come out with the 6K C-Log 2 faster readout, 32 megapixel R6. I'm going to pick one up, but I'm going to pick up an R5 Mark II before I pick up an R6 Mark III. Because while I do love cameras, I do. The most important thing is I have a very much business financial need for the R5 Mark II. I say need. Let me reel that back in. I have a financial want.
I have it is financially beneficial.
A business.
It is financially beneficial to go with the R5 Mark II.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. It's going to help the business more than the R6 Mark III. But I might pick one up though. But let's just put it out there because this camera isn't going to come out till Q4 if it comes out in Q4. So I'm going to say I wouldn't even dream to pick up an R6 Mark III until 2027, late 2026, if then.
Yeah,
especially if I get the R5.
I'm also going to say I hope that this rumor is not true because it would feel kind of late to be dropping a new sensor rumor at this point because this camera was supposed to come out like now-ish.
And then how did nobody know?
And with the tariffs and everything else, it got pushed back. So it's like to swap the sensor at this point is kind of like, I have this theory that, actually it's really not much of a theory. It's pretty much been confirmed, but brands don't want us to know that it's been confirmed.
Yeah.
But brands will tell certain people just wrong stuff just to see what leaks and then to go after, whoever's leaking. The nice thing about us is we just report what other people tell us.
Yeah.
So we good. Yeah. Everything on this show is allegedly. We can't even spell uncensored correctly. So how are you going to believe what we say?
Oh, my Nika.
What she says.
I am not a Canon shooter, but I've used that R5 II briefly, and it was definitely nice. Bro, Nika, tell them about that EVF.
Hold on, time out. Y'all notice how this man has never reached over to bring a comment up on the screen.
I put up a few. You keep me far from the comments, bro.
That's because you don't know what you're doing. You just be coming over here pushing buttons talking about, let's just bring this up on stream real quick. Like, just make it happen, Brandon.
Bro, Brandon, just because Nika brought this up, you had an opportunity to use the R5 Mark II recently.
I did.
Tell me your thoughts.
The EVF is very good.
Bro, that EVF will change your life.
in a very honest way, the EVF alone had me saying, does the R1 have this EVF?
I can put this in the deal. Put the R5 Mark I in the trash. With that EVF, it's that good.
Clip it.
The photos?
Clip it right now.
The photos are the same from the R5 Mark I and the Mark II.
Yeah.
But that EVF is enough to say, I will never touch that Mark I unless somebody gives it to me. But bro, that EVF is that good.
I will say, like, I'm in a place right now with cameras where...
Shut up, Lewis.
Oh my gosh. Bro, you're so aggressive today. I am in a place creatively where all cameras can do it now. Like, there's not a camera that I have seen. There's not footage from a camera that I have seen that I'm really like looking at that doesn't provide a good image. All cameras can do it. So for me now, it's more about the usability of the camera. How easy is it for me to go from concept in my head to execution? Mm-hmm. And like, in what ways does the camera get in my way and stop me from being able to do that? Mm-hmm. Big ones, battery life, overheating, build, those type of things. And I'm learning that little things I didn't think I cared about, I actually care more about. Mm-hmm. Since all cameras are good now, you don't have to really make those sacrifices. And so I will say that R5 EVF, I was like looking in the EVF and I was like, dang, why does this look better than real life? Mm-hmm. Like it is crazy.
Yeah, somebody asked what's so nice about it. So the size, it looks oversized for a camera, but there's something about just having that real estate around your eye. And then I don't know the specs on it.
Yeah.
But the dots, the resolution in it is so high that you can tell if your photo's in focus or your video's in focus without having to magnify. Like it's that big and that crisp. And honestly, like it's just a feeling, if I'm gonna be 100% honest. It just feels so good.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out this clip. If you enjoyed it, do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any other content just like this. And if you didn't like this video, it's not my fault that Canon rumors are better than their actual cameras. I'm just reporting the news. Gosh, all these Canon haters.